It was one of those moments that felt straight out of a political movie. Donald Trump, smiling proudly as cameras flashed, declaring that he had just overseen a historic peace deal between Thailand and Cambodia. The applause was loud, the headlines instant. But as the dust settled, the question everyone was asking was simple. Historic for who? Because behind the polished speeches and golden pens, deep cracks were already showing. Trump, never one to shy away from grand statements, told reporters that making peace deals had become something of a hobby for him. It was classic Trump, bold, confident, and dripping with self-assurance. He compared his diplomacy to art, saying he enjoyed bringing rivals together. But as impressive as that might sound, the truth was far less glamorous. Many saw the ceremony as another performance in Trump's ongoing campaign to position himself as the world's ultimate dealmaker, a man who could charm, pressure, or trade his way into any agreement. And this time, Southeast Asia was his stage. The problem? Thailand wasn't exactly ready to celebrate. Their foreign minister, Sihasak Phuangketkeow, was quick to push back on Trump's peace deal narrative. He refused to call it a peace agreement at all, describing it instead as a pathway to peace. The official title was long, technical, and nowhere near as dramatic as Trump's version. For Thailand, this wasn't about showmanship, it was about sovereignty. National pride and old border disputes meant that any hint of outside mediation was a delicate subject. Thai leaders were under pressure at home not to appear as if they were bowing to foreign influence, even if that foreigner happened to be the President of the United States. On the other side of the table, Cambodia was far more enthusiastic. Prime Minister Hun Manet praised Trump repeatedly, even reminding him that his government had nominated the U.S. President for a Nobel Peace Prize. It was a flattering move, one that played directly into Trump's love for grand recognition. For Cambodia, this was an opportunity to shine on the world stage. Their long-running border tensions with Thailand had dragged on for years, and international attention, especially from Washington, gave them leverage. By embracing Trump's peace narrative, Cambodia could paint itself as the cooperative partner seeking harmony, while Thailand looked cautious, even stubborn. But observers couldn't help but notice that Trump's focus seemed to drift beyond peace. His trade team was already in motion, preparing for upcoming business talks with China's Xi Jinping. Reports suggested that the peace deal event served as a diplomatic warm-up, a soft power play that showcased Trump as a stabilizing force before stepping into much tougher negotiations. It wasn't the first time he had used high-profile diplomacy to frame himself as a global negotiator. Peace and profit for Trump often walked hand in hand. As one aide reportedly said, every peace deal is also a trade deal waiting to happen. The timing was no coincidence. Trump's Asia tour was carefully choreographed, Tokyo next, then Beijing. Each stop was designed to project influence, strength, and leadership. His speeches blended business with showbiz, politics with performance. Whether it was intentional or instinctive, Trump knew how to command the global spotlight. For him, diplomacy wasn't just about resolving conflicts, it was about creating moments that people would remember, tweet, and debate. He wasn't just making deals, he was writing headlines. Still, beneath the smiles in Kuala Lumpur, the reality between Thailand and Cambodia remained complicated. Their disputes date back decades, particularly over the Preah Vihear temple area near their shared border, a sacred site that sparked both legal battles and military tensions. Thailand prefers to handle these matters quietly, one-on-one, without international interference. Cambodia, on the other hand, often turns to global institutions like the International Court of Justice. It's a difference in approach that no single handshake can erase. Even after the ceremony, both sides walked away with very different definitions of what had just happened. To one, it was a symbolic start. To the other, a PR exercise. Analysts were quick to note that the document signed that day carried more hope than substance. It outlined cooperation, goodwill, and dialogue, but avoided any concrete solutions. In many ways, it was a diplomatic performance designed to make everyone look good, at least for the cameras. And Trump, a master of optics, understood the value of that image perfectly. His supporters called it leadership. His critics called it theater. Both might be right. As Air Force One prepared for the next leg of Trump's journey through Asia, questions lingered. Was this truly the dawn of a new era of peace between Thailand and Cambodia, or just another headline crafted for the moment? Even within Thailand, whispers of caution filled the air. A pathway to peace, their foreign minister had called it, not peace itself. Subtle, but telling. Maybe that's the real story here. Not the deal itself, but the performance surrounding it. Trump had managed once again to put himself at the center of a global narrative, balancing diplomacy and spectacle with uncanny precision. Whether it leads to lasting peace or fades into history as another photo op, one thing's certain: he made the world watch. And as his plane disappeared into the clouds, on its way to Tokyo and then Beijing, one question remained echoing through Southeast Asia. Was this peace, or just politics?